Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy? Okay, great. Okay. Anyway, we haven't recorded in like literally 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been 2 weeks since we made a show.
You weren't feeling so well last week?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. And
we had one in the hopper, so we were good. And
yeah,
we haven't been canceled yet.
Not yet.
So fuck you guys.
Speaking of one in the hopper, I brought some holy water after that last show.
Yeah. Did your mom listen to it?
Tell some help. Not that I'm aware of yet. And she just texted me, and but it was about my phone. I dropped my phone on concrete after having this phone for 3 years.
Why'd you do that?
And busted the
way to go
screen. And my brother has had his phone repaired at a phone repair place.
Yeah.
So she said, have Beth take a picture with her phone, send it to me. I'll see. They want almost $300 to repair the screen. I was like, at that price, I'm just going to get a new phone.
Yeah, I mean, after 3 years, you got your money worth.
It's outdated technology at this point. I mean, it's an S10. Still works great. I've been using it for like a week and a half like this.
I didn't even realize that Chevy was still making those.
They are, yeah. Mine's an S10 Extreme, so it's cooler.
Oh. You should probably go ahead and upgrade to the Colorado. Car jokes.
But,
no one cares.
Yeah, but 2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
I've had a busy week. Which this is the real reason. Well, I didn't feel great last Saturday, but Sunday I had to play 2 morning services. I slap up my bass.
Yeah. This is how we do it.
That went to Wednesday. So Sunday morning was Serene Stacy, who was a Alabama football player.
Never heard of her.
Tragedy and triumph is people that come together and tell stories about how they've overcome hardships in their life. Former guests have been UFC fighter Justin Rand. I know who Justin Wren is. Deion Sanders.
He's dying slowly.
Everybody's dying slowly.
Well, no, I mean, he's got parasites, like unknown parasites.
Probably from all the stuff he's done.
Yeah.
Putting up all them wells in Africa and crap in the jungles.
Yeah, he gets deep into the dark continent, and he's got some parasites that they don't even know what they are or how to even treat them.
But yeah, this year, Serene Stacy was Sunday morning. Sunday night was Stan Stevers, who at 17 killed somebody and went to prison. And then
lucky duck.
He was high up in the Aryan Brotherhood, and he got saved in prison. Again, I'm not going to make this real religious, but he was super, super racist. And there's a black guy that was dying, and God was like, "You need to make him your best friend." He did.
Now he's not super racist. He's just slightly racist.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He's just dark humor.
And then Monday night was Lamoris Crawford, who's watched his mom get killed in Chicago as a very young kid and grew up on the streets. And really cool story. Tuesday night was Mark Richt, which I loved. Probably best known for being the coach at University of Georgia.
Yeah,
and he's dealing with Parkinson's. Well, you won it, but from 2001 to 2015, he was the Georgia coach.
Okay.
He played. He talked about how he thought he was going to make the NFL. He went to Denver, and then they brought in this. He was quarterback. He's like, then this guy came along named John Elway.
So now you're done.
He went. So he's like, I didn't make the team. So then he went to Miami, and they were like, yeah, we're interested in you. And then in comes Dan Marino.
And you didn't make it.
So, he's talking about just all the crap he'd been through and dealing with Parkinson's. But, the final night was Montel Jordan.
This is how we do it.
This is how we... I didn't realize...
He better have played that.
Montel Jordan is 6'8".
Yeah. You look short next to him.
I'm 6'1", and in that picture, he is looming over me. But it was kind of cool.
I hate that fucking hat he was wearing, though.
That's like his thing now.
I know. I hate that fucking hat. It's very like Mennonite Amishy, but to like an extreme.
It's like covered.
That's gonna protect him from the sun.
Yeah,
3 states away. The brim on that hat is like the rings of Saturn. They're fucking enormous.
But here's the song was named like one of the top 100 party songs of all time. Is that what you've been looking for this whole time?
Yeah.
You idiot.
It was hanging on the hook.
But I didn't realize that song went number 1 in like 8 or 9 different countries.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big deal, like double platinum.
Yeah, super popular song.
And then he talked about infidelity, when he cheated on his wife and all the stuff he'd done.
No one cares about that. He made amazing music.
He did.
If you can dance or you can make really good music. No one gives a shit if you beat your wife or cheat.
Calm down, Chris Brown.
Or touch kids.
Calm down, R. Kelly.
Michael Jackson.
Calm down. So anyway, but I got to like, here's the thing. We were up there on stage because I was in the band. I was hired to play. And
how much you get paid?
Enough. I'll tell you off air, but it was good.
At least $1.
It was good. They fed us every night.
Craft services.
Craft services. Actually, they did feed us every night, and they had a nice spread.
Did you stand there and just look stoic as shit? Just be like, bum 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 bum.
I don't know. When I
like
play,
no smile, no
fun.
movement, just kind of stand there and just played.
I always move when I breathe. I jiggle.
Well,
like a bowl of Jello. I mean, if anything moves, it just keeps going for a while.
I'm just saying.
But when he walked in, so we just got done like sound checking that night, and he walked in. The first thing he did when he saw people that he hadn't talked to yet was come over and introduce himself to every one of us, ask our names.
What a loser!
Like, just he was a genuinely good dude.
Fucking loser.
And a lot of people in the industry, like we've had people there that I've met that I won't mention any names, but one of the guys we met was on American Idol. He did not win. His name rhymes with Manny Doki.
Yeah, you know what?
Danny Goki. He was not nice.
Good.
He
you know what?
Way too good to be there, and screw that guy.
Walk into the room like you own the place. Be a man.
No, he didn't walk in like he owned the place. He walked in like...
Walk into the room as the richest person and don't talk to anybody. Be a man.
That sounds boring. I want to talk to everybody.
I don't want to talk to fucking nobody.
You liar.
I want to talk.
I've seen you at the gym, at gym parties.
Those are people I know.
Yeah, but you don't like all of them.
I don't talk to the ones I don't like.
All right, so you're taking a drink of whatever concoction you made here.
I did. It's called a poison apple. It is...
I had a beard hair embedded in my mic and like got in my mouth.
Well, I'm not surprised.
But it was like...
It was tonguing you back. Anyway, this is called a poison apple. I saw it on Instagram.
On the nose, I get cinnamon and apple.
Yeah, I hope so, because there's a lot of cinnamon and there's apple cider in it. The original recipe called for, 4 ounces of Maker's Mark, 2 ounces of apple cider, 1 ounce of maple syrup, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, 5 dashes of orange bitters, 2 ounces of ginger ale, and 2 dry ice pellets. There's no dry ice in this.
No, there's wet ice.
That's not going to change the flavor.
Now, I know you measured all this perfectly.
I did.
Did you use the orange bitters?
I did.
Okay.
5 dashes.
Okay. I saw you mix the stuff. I didn't pay attention to what everything was.
Yeah, no, I did everything, and I had Makers, and I actually used...
And you put it in a shaker, just for those
I did.
that might want to replicate
well, that's the thing. So it's combine everything in a shaker, except for your dry ice, if you opt to use that, and your ginger ale. Shake it up. It makes 2 servings.
Yeah.
Pour it in your glass over ice, and then top it with some ginger ale. That's it. It's a simple recipe.
Pretty basic.
Pretty basic.
I mean, for something that has like 5-6 ingredients, it's not hard to make.
It's not hard to make. It's real easy, and you don't have to really measure. I mean, you just kind of pour things in. You know, for every pour, 1 second is an ounce essentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think that's only if you have one of those bar toppers, not an open bottle of whiskey.
No,
like just people like glug 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 glug.
We don't turn it upside down. You give a reasonable pour and count to 1.
People taking their whiskey with like a 5-gallon bucket.
2.
Like, 1.
Anyway,
1.
The way that I pour, I'm pretty accurate.
Just because I'm not going to argue because I don't measure.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody can prove you wrong.
Right. So it's not bad. This was like a Halloween drink that
we never got to.
So we're getting to it now as a fall drink.
Well, I thought we were going to get to it when you showed up with sliders and beer and White Castle beer.
Mm. Yeah, that
was the night the day we were going to do this.
That was an episode that took precedence. Unfortunately, it was good. That was a good show, though.
Yeah, I guess. Isn't that the one that you forgot to record on?
I didn't forget to record. I hit record.
Oh yeah.
I found out after I did a quick test, if a headset comes unplugged, it stops the recording.
And when your headset came unplugged.
And when the headset came unplugged, it stopped the recording. I had half the recording. If you listen to the show, the first 17 minutes of the show are there. And then I start the show completely over again.
Oh, did you leave it in there?
Fuck yes, I did. So you go 17 minutes. You get through a good portion of what you were talking about.
And then
it cuts out.
Loose.
And then the show starts over with Corey and I just cackling like motherfuckers.
I'll have to try and listen to it maybe.
And then you going through and just cussing me out, which is so good. Oh, so good. It took 4 years to get there, but we made it.
Oh, man.
We can just end the show today. This can be our last show ever.
Thank you all so much
and
for
I'll
listening.
be so happy.
Oh, well, at least I made somebody's day.
And we didn't kill Mo with the dark humor episode. He said there were so many good jokes in there.
Really? He's still alive? That's good.
He's still alive. I did put out an APB for him.
Has anybody seen this man?
Has anybody seen this man? But if you read the hashtags on that.
I didn't.
Oh, the hashtags were good. So that's where I usually put in the humor. I mean, yes, the post itself, in my opinion, was pretty humorous.
The fact that Mo's out there in what looks like a...
He said he looks like a turtle. And I said, usually you're a little more erect.
He looks like a circumcised penis.
That's what turtling is.
Turtle.
But so I had posted and said, I said, have you seen this man? We haven't heard from the DJ Dingo since he sent this video earlier today. He was last seen operating a stump grinder while listening to the best podcast on the planet, Buckhorn Podcast. If you see this man, do not approach. He could be armed and dangerous. Just send us a message and we'll dispatch a hit squad to acquire this individual. And then in the hashtags, I put hashtag silver alert because Mo's old.
Right, I got it.
Buckhorn Podcast, Dark Humor, Hit Squad, Ohio, blah, 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 blah. Call me by your name. I don't know why I put that in there. Fuck around and find out. Is he dead?
I think I did remember that because I went, what's call me by your name mean?
I don't know.
And then I just didn't ask you.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I just kind of put random hashtags in.
So if there's the, okay.
Yeah.
He does. He's got that scarf around his neck. He looks like he's half circumcised.
I know. That's so good.
If he had a little dot on top of his head, man, I swear.
Like a divot.
He looks like a penis with designer safety glasses on.
I don't even think those are safety glasses.
Yeah, they got the safety things on the side.
Oh.
He's got his AirPods in.
Well, yeah, he listens to the show.
This guy's definitely from Seattle, and he's listened to Rihanna, no doubt.
Totally.
He has no clue how to run a stump grinder. He didn't even know what that is.
Oh, no. He knew what the stump grinder was.
I'm saying if I didn't know him, I'm just looking at him.
Oh.
Like, got the scarf on.
Fucking hipster. I love Mo.
Oh, man. I opened Instagram. The first post was from Drunk People Doing Things.
Mm-hmm.
Page I follow, and it's a marathon. You know how people like stand there and hold out waters?
Yeah.
There's a guy standing there with a lighter and a bong waiting for a runner to come take a hit. Everybody's just like running by, giving them strange looks.
I'd take the hit.
Yeah. Run by, take the hit. No pain.
This drink.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I like it. Yeah, I'm doing what you're doing. I started stirring too.
Yeah. Well, it's got
settled.
pond scum on the top of it, which is basically the cinnamon that didn't dissolve. Which is why I needed the towel that I was looking for that got stuck on the hook apparently under my desk.
You didn't shake enough. You should have jiggled it some more.
Shook the shit out of it.
I like this drink. I don't know if it's my favorite mixed drink.
It is definitely not my favorite mixed drink.
But it's not bad. Like if I went to somebody's house and they made this and said, hey, do you want another? I'd be okay having another one. But it's not something like I would be like, no, that's awful.
I think I'd be fine with this without the cinnamon. I like this type of cinnamon.
I would agree with that. I also would like to try this with no cinnamon and no syrup, but honey instead of syrup.
I don't know that the maple syrup makes a big difference.
Well, that's why I think honey would be better, is what I'm saying.
No, and that's fine.
I don't know if it would, but I'm with you. I don't know if, of course, I haven't had it without maple syrup, but the cinnamon's nice. I would say maybe less cinnamon, or I would say leave the cinnamon out, but put a cinnamon stick in as like a garnish.
Yeah, that stir it with a cinnamon stick.
It'd look nice
instead.
And give you the flavor.
Yeah, the cinnamon keeps like coagulating at the top.
To the top.
Not even rising. It is literally congealing. Like it's coagulating, and it looks like plasma. I mean, I can see it from here in your glass.
The Soylent Green is people.
It's just sitting there. It's not bad. I don't know that I would make it again.
It does look like dirty pond water.
It does.
It tastes good.
It tastes good. Maybe
we should have measured the cinnamon because I think you said like a quarter of a teaspoon.
No, it's like 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 5 teaspoons or a 5 teaspoons.
Like a fraction of a teaspoon.
No, check
the recipe again.
I'm going to check the recipe.
Check it again.
The maple syrup was like a minimal amount. But the actual the cinnamon was a lot more. Where's my cocktails at?
Cocktails, woo!
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon.
Yeah, you might have put a little too much.
I might have put a little too much in. I did do 5 dashes of bitters though.
You're like 5 dashes bitters, 74 dashes of cinnamon.
Put it all in. Spoonfuls.
It's like that cinnamon challenge. We're just in here chewing cinnamon with a little bit of
with alcohol. A little bit of alcohol in it.
So you use regular makers here.
No, I did not. I used
That's
the
what I was gonna
makers.
wonder.
I used because I don't have any regular makers. I only have the stave options.
Told me I would have brought regular.
No, it's fine. I have the one that's the 10 like French cuvee stave, I think, or roasted.
And I wonder if that's not giving it a different flavor too. That was going to be my question.
It may.
Is if you use the stave one, it's going to affect the flavor.
A little bit, but I use the one that is a consistent flavor because I have that other one that's like that caramel crumb cake or whatever, or coffee crumb cake. We tried it on the show.
I know.
That one, I'm like, I'm not using. That's not going to go with this.
No, I agree. I just didn't because that caramel crumb cake was good.
You know, I don't think that's the one that we liked this much. No, that was the one we liked better than the.
I was gonna say I thought it was
than the 10 stave one. I'm really pissed. I'm not really pissed. I say I'm pissed. I don't give a shit one way or another. They did a limited release makers here in Ohio. And they completely left out the southeast side of Ohio. Like, not just, a store here or there. The entirety of southeastern Ohio did not have a chance to purchase this Maker's Mark bottle.
I would like to see the sales figures on these stave releases in southeastern Ohio compared to the rest of the state, because you've got southwestern Cincy.
Yeah.
Northwestern, you got Toledo.
Yep.
Central Columbus, obviously.
Yep.
Northeastern, you got Cleveland.
Athens.
Southeast, Athens is a college town. They're drinking Jack and Coke.
Nah, there's a lot of...
They're drinking freaking Natty Light.
Well, that's the college kids. There's another
the
whole
rest of them are
population.
drinking moonshine. That's Appalachian Light down there, dude. I lived there for 5 years.
I know, but they're still drinking.
Nobody down there is going in looking for high-end bourbon and whiskey.
It irritates me that... Like, literally from 270, but like Pickerington, Canal, Lancaster, Nelsonville, Athens, the whole 33 corridor, at least you hit the fucking corridor.
The heroin highway.
Yeah, at least, heroin addicts,
they're not buying high.
The heroin addicts here.
They're buying Kentucky Tavern.
From like Pickerington to Carroll, those heroin addicts, those are rich people.
I don't think they're doing heroin. I think they're doing cocaine.
Oh no, heroin's a thing.
They're doing cocaine.
No. They can do heroin too. There's actually a professor that he does heroin every day, and he's open about it. And I can't remember.
One of those microdosing guys.
For the most part,
like
yeah.
If you just do a little bit. It reminds me of that show Robin Big.
Yeah.
Where Big Black gets a nutritionist because Rob's like, you need to run.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, for real. I love that show.
Apparently, they hated each other.
I've read that, but then I've also read that was a lie. I don't know what's true.
I don't know. But
doesn't matter. But there's an episode where Rob was trying to get him to like really diet, and the nutritionist was like, hey, cut back what you're eating stuff. So one day Rob gets up and he's just making this huge, because he used to be a chef in the Navy.
I feel like we need to change the name of this show to Brandon and Big.
Brandon and Big. Trust me. There's been many iterations of that over the years with people I've been involved with.
Actually, I do want to start another show, but I need to find somebody rich.
I'm out.
To help with the show, because they're the ones who are going to have to buy all the whiskey for that show. It is going to be a whiskey show.
You just want to be on the Bourbon Hunters.
No. This is going to this show would be a whiskey based podcast, except we would only drink expensive, like not $100 bottles, $2,000, $3,000,
we're talking thousands,
$4,000, $10,000 bottles of whatever. But I want to call the show Whiskey Relatable.
I'm not getting invited on that show, am I?
Maybe.
I would love to be able to go to somebody else's house and drink that whiskey.
I mean, I want to call it...
It's basically this show, but with somebody richer than both of us.
Yeah, I want to call it Whiskey Relatable, and it's not even relatable to anybody.
What if I find the rich person? Then can I definitely be part of it?
You supply the rich person, I'll supply the goddamn equipment, and they have to supply the alcohol. But they have to supply...
It's like, here's my sales pitch. Hey, you have to buy Pappy Van Winkle. Martelle will bring the equipment, and I'm just here.
You have to buy whatever. Like it can't be just
right,
a
I'm just saying,
$200.
I use Pappy as an example, obviously.
But like it can't
like
just be
$1,000 or more.
500 or more.
Fair, yeah, okay. I'm in on that show because I'll never taste it otherwise.
Right, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Even if I can afford it once, I'm not paying for it.
It's got to be 500 or more. And I want to call. I seriously, I may grab the Instagram account. Just call it Whiskey Relatable.
Might as well. I thought you were out of Instagram accounts.
No, you can have as many Instagram accounts as you want. You can only have a limited amount on your linked account.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
but
that's an awesome idea,
isn't it?
But it reminds me of you saying the heroin thing.
So heroin.
Rob gets up one day and Big Black's cooking this huge breakfast, like eggs, bacon, hash browns, everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought you were on a diet. He's like, I am. The nutritionist
Keto.
you recommended said just to scale back. This is less than I usually eat. So they're driving, and Rob like keeps on this whole thing of like, I don't think this guy's working for us. Like, I don't think this is. He's like, just imagine like a crackhead, and somebody comes in to save him. They're like, you know what? Just do a little crack. He's like, I don't think it works that way.
Well, so back to that professor, he studies more psychedelic drugs. So he studies like the effects, the long-term effects, the short-term effects, LSD.
MK Ultra.
Ecstasy.
We're getting into government conspiracy crap.
MK Ultra was mind control.
Yeah.
They used LSD to do that. But heroin.
Well, that's what the goal was.
Crack. Yeah. So he's studied all these, and he's studying them long term. Well, he got into doing heroin. Not cooking it and shooting it up. He snorts it.
Nice.
It's powder, but it's pure heroin. And he's like, pure heroin is like when you take it in the powdered form. I know this sounds so bad.
When you take it in the
when not in the liquid form, when you take it in the powdered form, it's a different effect than it is when you're shooting it up.
How does he know if he's never shot it up?
He has.
Okay.
Like he's done all that stuff.
That's what I was asking.
He is
because you can't just do one thing and be like, well, it's different.
No, he's one of those professors, and I'll have to look his name up. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes. Maybe you guys can go look it up too, because the internet's available to almost everybody in the United States.
Not people in Southern Ohio,
apparently
Southeastern Ohio.
Well, I've got it, but actually, I may be getting Google Fiber.
Ooh,
so we'll get to that in a second, because that was one of my pain points over the past couple weeks. But he's done all that. He's shot up heroin. He's shot up cocaine. He's snorted cocaine. He's taken crack. He's done them all because he'll experiment it on himself as opposed to trying to do. He'll use focus groups as well, but instead of trying to gauge everything from a focus group, he will do it to himself.
He has firsthand experience.
Yeah, so that he knows what it's like, and he continues to take heroin, and he doesn't OD on it. He's not taking it out of necessity or out of addiction
yet.
Well, he's been doing it for years. That's the thing.
Might be addiction then.
There may be, but it's no different than you and I smoking a cigar, nicotine, drinking alcohol.
Difference though with
coffee.
Cigar. Like right now it's freezing cold.
I ain't going outside to smoke a fucking cigar.
I was going to make a joke like, "Hey, we recording outside today," which I would just put on a thick coat, and I would, but
I would not, and it's too windy.
Yeah, I knew you wanted it. Today in a thick coat out in the sun, I'd be good.
No.
I'd be happy. But I knew there's no way.
There ain't a chance in hell I'm going outside. I ain't even showered yet today. I ain't going outside.
I can tell from here.
Good.
I can smell your balls.
I can only shower every other day right now.
Yeah, you got a busted wing.
I got stereo strips on my shoulder, and I'm not allowed to take them off yet. They come off on Tuesday.
Yeah, they do.
And the girder belt for the fucking...
I thought you were just doing squats or something.
No, it's a belt that has a little arm on it that keeps my arm stabilized. That comes off on Tuesday also.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not supposed to move my arm.
Tragic. So now that you've had both arms
I can't jack off.
I was going to say, have you learned to jack off with both hands?
I'm doing a lot of things with my left hand other than right.
Like wipe your butt?
Yes.
Have you always wiped with your right hand?
No. I've switched back and forth. I mean, for a lot of stuff that I do throughout the day, it's very ambidextrous. I can't write with my left hand.
I can't write with my left hand very well, but I can kind of type with it. Not fast. Because if you only have one hand, you can only type so fast, period.
Right.
But I've always wiped my butt with my right hand. And my biggest fear when I was younger was like, not my biggest fear, but it was like, if I lose my right hand, I cannot play bass the same way at least.
No.
I would have to somehow improvise.
You just turn it upside down like Hendrix did.
Right. Or play with my feet. There's somebody years ago that used to play with their feet.
I've seen archery that way as well.
Yeah. Or I can't wipe my butt. I'd have to relearn how to wipe my own butt.
Yeah. It was a learning experience.
Yeah.
Again, but
are you one of those people that stands up when he wipes or leans? No. That was a big debate on the internet. Like a year ago.
I do all three in some cases.
You lean, you stand up, and you do a handstand.
Yes. And sometimes I scoot across the floor like a dog.
You might have worms. You did say your butthole itched earlier.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe every other crap you take, use a wet wiper too.
I can't flush those into the septic system.
You could. You just go pay for it later.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I'm paying for it now. Fucking hate this house. But no, there a lot of the stuff that I do throughout the day. So like, I use my mouse, but I have to stand at an angle at my desk to use the mouse because I have to stand.
It's like having one T-Rex arm.
Yeah, I have to stand like at a 45-degree angle to use my mouse. But then when I go to type, I have to turn. But I can't use my mouse here because I can't hit the full.
Careful, you're gonna hurt yourself.
But I'm just using my wrist.
Yeah, you are.
So
you could.
I can type.
You can.
I can't get down there. It's too tiny. I need two fingers, not a whole hand. I'm white.
I need two fingers.
I'm fucking white. I can't reach that.
Two fingers are what goes in your butthole.
No, that's what my left hand's for. Oh. Anyway, I can type with...
Hi, Mom.
If I angle the keyboard right, I can type normally, but in most cases, because I have a lot of my work stuff on my phone, like our chat program and everything, I can just talk into my phone, which is driving Liz fucking insane.
Because she's in here trying to work?
Yeah. But she hasn't been here this week.
Oh.
So I haven't been driving her nuts with that. I've just been calling her and be like, what are you doing? Because I'm bored.
What's on top of her monitor now, by the way?
Oh, she took my old monitor light. It's a light.
Oh, okay.
So I have one over here too. So she was complaining that she couldn't see. And I said, well, here, try this monitor light out. And I installed it over there, which is just clipping it on. And she's like, oh.
Thanks, Geek Squad.
Yeah. She's like, this is so much better. Well, initially she went downstairs and she grabbed an old IKEA light that I have that's on a stand. Like it's on this articulating stand, kind of like my mic stand is. She had it set up. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? She was like, I can't see. She's like, it's getting darker. It's dark in the morning, and then it's getting darker in the evenings.
That just means you work less.
And I can't see. And I'm like, stop working. Excuse me. Hiccups. Burps.
Hiccups.
And I said, well, here, try this. And she's like, well, you won't be able to see. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really concerned about not being able to see what I'm working on. So she's like, this is really nice. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just order another one. You keep that one. I'll order another one. And so that's what is taped to my one monitor because it can't clip on the monitor. The monitor is old enough that it's so fucking thick that the clip won't clip on and it has an odd angle. So I had to painter's tape it on.
I was thinking painter's tape.
I don't care.
It works.
It works.
That's funny.
I mentioned Google Fiber. So they've been doing a lot of, not necessarily road work, but shoulder work. And they've been doing a lot of the...
Just like you.
Yeah. They've been doing a lot of the underground drilling and directional shit. Directional, what the fuck's that called? Whatever it is. They use the ditch witch that has the drill bit on it, and they just do directional boring. That's it. They've been putting in fiber optic lines. Well, they're running fiber optic lines from Lancaster.
I just remembered I got one of your pills in my pocket.
Well, take it.
I am.
With some alcohol.
Yep.
They're running fiber optic lines from Lancaster, where Google's putting in a data center, to New Albany.
Oh, they're putting in one in Lancaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
To New Albany, where there's already a data center.
Right.
So they want to connect the two and have just an open pipeline between the two. Well...
If they want open pipelines, we can give them open pipelines.
I can give them a pipeline. I'll pipe their lines. I'm hoping they haven't started on my portion of Pickerington Road. But they did...
Now everybody knows where you live.
No, because I'm not going to give the intersection away. They did do the intersection road and further up the road.
Oh.
So I'm hoping they come down my section of the road. Because if they do, that means there's an opportunity for Google to open up Google Fiber, which means I'll have a 1 gig up and 1 gig down internet speed. Fingers crossed. And I'll even pay to have the fiber optic line run to my house.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not cheap. But I'll just go buy a fiber optic line and then have an electrician buddy of mine install it.
That'd be a win.
I would take that. Cancel what I have for cable internet now.
Yeah.
And it's measly $300 for a gig.
Poverty 300.
I will be capping people's asses on online games without even having to play.
It should do it for you.
It'll just so fast, it'll just do it for me. The AI will take care of it.
Okay, Google, kill everybody. Oh, my phone.
I was going to say, it might respond.
Now I'm on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list or something.
Playing on Spotify.
It's playing a song on Spotify now.
I forgot you had that. Oh, they're never going to be able to hear that. I wish they could. I said, okay, Google. Oh, there it goes.
Stop.
Okay, Google, kill everybody. Let's see what it does. Okay, Google, kill everybody. Here we go.
Kill Everybody by Skrillex. Sure. Playing on Spotify.
Oh, apparently that's a Skrillex song. I did not know that. Oh, yeah, I got it. Oh, we're getting video for this one. This is terrible podcasting, but it's going to be great video.
Stop.
Stop. Yeah, I forgot you guys had the whole Google.
Stop.
I forgot you guys had all that crap.
Yeah. We got all that stuff.
I also forgot Skrillex existed.
I was gyrating.
You were. I got video I'll have to send to you so you can post. There you go.
All right. So anyway, there's this drink, and it looks like it's even worse now, like pond water wise.
Yeah. It doesn't taste bad.
It does not.
I think the cinnamon ratio is off.
A lot.
Yeah. I think we could have done just like a dash of cinnamon and been okay. But again, I think a stick of cinnamon would be better than...
A stick of cinnamon would absolutely be much better than...
Much more gooder.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. All right, I was going to say, are you handing me the bottle to pour my own?
I'm going to trust you not to be a dick.
Do I have to be respectful and not just top off this whole glass?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't do whatever the poor name is. You can give yourself some more than that.
Well, I was trying to be respectful.
I mean, at least give yourself 2 ounces instead of 1.5 ounces.
How generous of you.
Right.
It's the holiday season. It's the holiday season.
I'm in a giving mood. Go ahead and have an extra 1/2 ounce there, Ebenezer. Or Cratchit. I'm
Can I have
Ebenezer.
some more, sir?
Oh, shit.
Call me Oliver Tits. More,
Yeah.
sir.
Titty sprinkles.
Oliver Titty Sprinkles.
Old Forester 1910. God, that is good.
In the same glass with all that cinnamony crap.
Yeah, I kind of switched it around to rinse it out. Not with water, with what was in there. And then again, what was in with the 1910.
1910 is good.
It is. It's very good.
It's old fine whiskey.
So I cannot, I think, I have to check the calendar schedule again. I think we're going to Old Forester when I'm down on the Bourbon Trail.
When's that? December?
The 2nd.
Oh, yeah. See, I won't even be back from Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude.
That actually works out because we'll just have to make sure that we have.
We're going to have to do another show after this. And probably another one next week. Just to, like,
Well,
holidays
we'll have to
are
do
coming up, vacations.
We'll either have to do 2 or it's holidays. I mean, if we miss a week,
Unacceptable.
unacceptable. If we miss a Friday, I'm not concerned.
We should just re-upload the Apple Bottom Jeans episode that
I
now
actually-
has like 800 downloads.
I actually considered doing that, re-uploading old shows to Fridays, and just do like a Friday remix or Friday flashbacks.
Just call it, there you go.
Friday
Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday,
There
and
you
just
go.
do old shows and re-upload the old show, like aired on X date, and just put the same show notes and shit in, and
Yeah, I'd
and,
do
and
it.
put them out. Just to
I mean, we've probably gained some listeners over the years. And
Probably not.
I'm being optimistic.
Obviously. I am not.
Man, I am belching.
It is very burpy. Not burpees. Makes you burpy.
You had something? How much time do we got?
I think so. I mean, we're only at 32 minutes on this show.
I would say, because we can do a little more and then hit another show, because I have some stuff I brought.
And we can do another show. You want to talk about the... we can chat about the 11 famous places that don't really exist.
Yes, let's do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm intrigued now.
Okay. That's weird that you got intrigued that quickly.
It's not. It doesn't take much to excite me these days.
Obviously. Okay, so these are places that have
herpes.
No, and I did read. I did peruse the article. I didn't read the whole thing, but I wanted to get the gist of the article before I brought it up. So these are places that have been talked about, told in folklore, on maps. They don't actually exist.
Okay.
Or they exist by another name, but everything behind the folklore is fake. It's made up. It's a fallacy.
Okay.
So the first one is... Let me make sure I get there. Why does it start with 2? That's weird. Let me double check this again. So this one is actually in Ohio. So number 1 is Goblu, Ohio.
We're a week away from the game. That just pisses me off.
Why?
Go Blue, Ohio?
Goblu, Ohio.
Fuck Michigan.
Okay. I don't know that it has anything to do with Michigan, but it's it's a place that you basically, if you don't want to tell people where you're going, people were making up places. Well, Go Blue, Ohio was one of those places.
Never even heard of that one.
The Isle of Demons.
Never heard of that one either.
So this dates back to the 16th century, and cartographers were mapping the New World, including ominous names like Isle of Demons near Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm sure...
Newfoundland and Labrador, those are just dogs.
Yeah. It was believed that the island was home of otherworldly monsters that would attack any ship that dared past. But it's not entirely a fictional place. There were even some real residents on this island. So this is one of those where it's, not really the name of the island type of deal. Andre Threvent in 1542, she was a noblewoman. Whatever.
She was known for being part of Outcast.
Yeah, she was traveling from Canada, a Canada colony, and she was aboard a ship. Had an affair with a sailor. It didn't sit well, and so she basically killed the guy.
She's
and then
a praying mantis.
She threw him overboard.
Nice.
And blamed it on the Isle of the Demons.
Typical female serial killer.
Right.
Guarantee you she did that more than once.
I completely made all that up. She actually fell overboard and lived on the island for 2 years.
She fell overboard?
Yes.
What an idiot.
I know.
Don't climb over the safety rail, dummy.
So, here's another one. This is Lisenberg.
Okay.
All right. So, Lisenberg actually has a hymn. They have songs. They have... That just doesn't exist.
Okay.
At all. In the country in question, Lisenberg is a UE nation with its own football league, airline, national anthem, and more, all created as a work of collaboration fiction between Twitter users.
Of course.
Twitter got together, and they came up with all of this shit that just does not exist.
And then Elon Musk came in and said, "You're all fired."
He brought in his kitchen sink and fired 75% of everybody and told them they have to work 24/7.
And they all drove their Teslas home.
Hooray.
I shared a meme of it's Jim from The Office where he's looking through the blinds meme.
Yeah.
But they've replaced it with Elon Musk's face. And it says when you fire all your employees and watch them drive home in cars you made.
Yeah.
And GW went on some tirade about Twitter, this and that. And his own daughter, my cousin, the CBD one I wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
We need to have her on here.
We can do that.
But she chimed in with like, why don't you just say, or he said, how'd she say it? If you hate Elon, just tell us you hate Elon.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean.
Perfect reply.
I don't hate Elon. I could care less one way or another.
I don't use Twitter. I don't yeah, I don't drive a Tesla, whatever.
I have several Twitter accounts because I just keep taking up names.
I have an account, but you know when I quit using Twitter? I'd never used Twitter. And then I was on Fat Guys in the Woods, and some of the show people were like, hey, people are getting really interactive with people that were on the show on Twitter.
I'm not using Twitter anymore. Fuck my audience.
If you can jump on. So I was like, okay, I got on Twitter the night of the airing, and people were like tweeting me. And I'd never used it before. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I fell for a joke that I knew since like middle school. And somebody said, because they were like, hey, when you were in Arizona, I'd never been to Arizona. I'd never been in the middle of a desert.
Yeah.
I'd never eaten cactus before then.
So, are you still looking for the cactus to shove up my ass, by the way?
I've got it narrowed down to 3. But like, there's a lot of stuff I experienced I'd never seen, being born in Ohio and never stuck in the middle of the desert.
Right. Like a jackalope.
And somebody said, what did you guys eat out there? And I was like, oh, we ate, just like you saw on the show, we ate spider, centipede, and a lot of cactus. And he's like, did you ever get any of the bofa meat? And idiot me, even though I'd first heard this joke in freaking like 7th grade, was like, no, I'm from the Midwest. I don't know what bofa meat is. What is it? And he said, meat from both of these nuts. And I deleted my account.
Wow.
I was like, dang it, he got me.
Wow. That's hardcore.
It's so old school. And in the moment, because so many messages were coming in on Facebook and Twitter that night. I'm like trying to watch the show with my friends and family. And all these messages are flying in.
I'm so upset that I'm going to delete. Fuck you.
No,
delete.
I was just like, I was so distracted. I wasn't mad at him. I laughed. And like some of my family was like, what? I was like, nothing. I was just like, he got me.
Got him.
Totally got me.
That's fucking, and got you so good you deleted your account.
I didn't delete it. I think I just closed it for the night or whatever. Like I stopped opening Twitter.
I shut down the app.
Because I still have the app and I still have the account. But I didn't. Yeah, I was like, I'm done for the night. Like I got and I knew it.
Yeah, you did.
So I just let it go. I was like, I'll take my lickings. And
so
yeah. So screw you, Elon.
That's so they're
stupid.
They even,
commie liberal app.
They also gave
like the Facebook where all the Republicans are.
Fucking them out.
All right, they gave what?
No, we're on to the next one.
Titty sprinkles. They gave titty sprinkles.
That is the password if you want to get into the lounge, which we have not had any new users lately. No. So, Arkham, Massachusetts. So
that's where Batman lives.
Kind of. But this writer, H.P. Lovecraft, work proved extremely influential. The setting of many of his cosmic horror stories are in the city of Arkham, Massachusetts, which is still a spooky location as fictional today. Located near an equally fictitious city,
Metropolis?
Nope.
Innsmouth?
Innsmouth in Dunwich. Arkham is home of Miskatonic University and the Arkham Sanitarium. Arkham appears in DC Comics as Arkham Asylum and in the setting of the novels by Stephen Philip Jones and Charles Stross, and too many stories to even list. So Arkham's not a real place, but it's inspired.
Miskatonic sounds like either a 90s hip-hop female lady rapper artist or a porn star.
It could be both.
H.P. Lovecraft definitely sounds like either a porn star or a writer of
Miskatonic sounds like a pornographic rapper that is only about 3'5". So she's basically a midget, a really hot midget.
Imagine having a name
in lingerie.
HP. What's your name? Huge Penis Lovecraft. I go by HP.
What if it's huge pussy?
Ooh, ew. Wait. Hi, Mom.
Her nickname's Big Vagina.
Her formal name. Her formal name is Gargantuan Vaginal.
What's up, Big Worm?
Massive Uterus Lovecraft.
That's right. Agloe, New York. The town of Agloe, New York didn't exist until it did exist, and then it didn't exist.
Oh.
Rome, Ohio.
Sounds like it sounds like a lot of towns throughout history, actually.
Yeah, beginning in the 1930s, Agloe appeared on maps created by General Drafting Company, and it was shown to be as being in upstate New York near Roscoe and Rockland. The town name was whatever. I can't pronounce that word. Amalgamation.
Suck it, listeners. We're not telling you because we can't read.
We're going to go for it. Amalgamation.
Amalgamation?
There we go.
Amalgorithm?
Yeah, apparently. Of the names of the general drafting directors Otto G. Lindbergh, OGL, and Ernest Appers, EA. His assistant, and was putting on the map a copyright trap. Map makers often seeded their work with fake names, so if anybody lifted it without paying, they could prove it in court. So they put a fake name of a town on a map in case somebody, It
was a way to protect.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's smart.
I've heard dumber ideas.
In the 1950s, Randall McNally published a map including Agloe, New York.
Rand McNally. I've still got one of his Atlas things.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All 50 states.
He produced it, and in legal defense was Agloe is a real place. There's a general store called Agloe General Store, so how can it be fake?
Hey, hard to argue that. I mean, that's like
and
Nick,
there
Ohio.
Was an Agloe General Store.
Or Knock'em-Stiff, Ohio. The only thing in Knock'em-Stiff was a general store.
I like to knock 'em stiff.
Give me a few seconds. And I'm spent.
So Atlantis.
I was going to mention Atlantis, yeah.
Everybody knows, well, not everybody, only those that have actually looked into the story of Atlantis know the...
Or saw the Disney movie.
Yeah, or Hercules, the Disney movie.
Also.
Either one of them. But
the lost city of Atlantis is probably the most famous, quote-unquote, not city, lost city. Is it a city?
Well, then that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of talk about Atlantis. Like, there's more research going on now today. Oh, yeah. About they think they found a location that matches the three rings, the inner, middle, and outer rings with how water could sit in this particular area. But they found it in like two different locations. One is underwater and one is above water in a valley that is really inaccessible other than by helicopter.
I like all three rings.
So it's a whole.
They call me Lord of the Three Rings.
I bet you do. I used to. So before Rickrolling was a thing, I used to Rickroll people with a site called Rate My Poo. We've talked about it before. My favorite was a turd called Lord of the Rings, and I don't know how the guy did it. I mean, he must have had a pastry bag for a fucking anus, but he wrapped that bowl 4 times with a turd.
He is the inspiration behind the poo emoji.
He is. He is.
Looks like soft serve.
But before Rick Isley's...
Put it on the code. Isley?
Yeah.
I think you just combined two different... Astley.
Astley, who gives a shit? This is how much I actually pay attention to being Rickrolled anymore, because I fucking started it. I'm claiming that I started the Rickroll. You
started Rickrolling?
Yeah, before it was a thing with Rate My Poo. I would send Bitly links.
Poo rolling.
Well, I'll fucking poo. I poo rolled the shit out of I poop rolled the shit out of people. But I used the Bitly stuff to hide it. And I would just send off links on Columbus Racing.
Of poop.
Of shit. And usually it was the Lord of the Rings.
Pupe.
So good. So fucking good. People would be so pissed. Fuck you. I'm like, hilarious. Don't say a word. Let somebody else click on it.
Yep.
Dicks. They didn't.
Hey, check out this new Camaro. And it's just a random link. And that's
Bitly
poop.
link. And
it's poop.
Well, if you remember back in the day, links were long. Like,
oh yeah.
Now they're computer generated, so they're really fucking long. But before they were manually generated.
Yeah,
and they were long.
For everything, you had to have its own individual link, and every picture had its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like the early 2000s, kids.
Back when we had to crank start our computers.
Back when we had to hand crank our computers.
They all ran off coal.
They kick-started them.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sometimes you did have to kickstart it.
And then your mom picked up the phone and it killed the engine.
Yeah, and then you're like, shit.
She's trying to order pizza for dinner.
Fucking internet's down. All she heard is...
Now you're going to have to go back playing Chips Challenge until she's done.
Fuck. And Oregon Trail.
Oh, jeez. That's a little bit earlier Chips Challenge.
Yeah. I grew up on Oregon Trail.
Years.
Fucking hated that game. It was the only game we had in computer class.
I've played it again because there's so many online emulators. And during COVID, when nobody was doing anything, I found one.
That's why it got so goddamn popular again.
I'll play Oregon Trail.
A developer remade it for Android and iOS as an app.
Oh, geez.
Like, just updated the graphics. And I'm like, no, you can't update the graphics on that shit.
No.
It needs to stay, like, 2-bit. It wasn't even fucking 4 or 8. It was, like, 2-bit.
It's a character from The Outsiders.
Yeah. Like, the pixels were enormous. It was stupid. All right, so there is It's located in New Jersey Pines Barren. It's called Ong's Hat.
I've heard of Ong's Hat many times. I actually did a little research into that.
It's listed as a town on early maps of the area and may have been the site of a small village, but it's probably just the site of Ong's Hut, a place a farmer named Ong stopped on his way to the market. He's just like, this is my bus stop. I got to stop here and jack off, eat some meat, and then go to the store.
As farmers did back in the day.
Yeah, and then on my way home, I'm going to stop here again.
It's like, man, I've been walking 20 miles.
Fuck the pig that I bought.
I'm so tired.
Finish my trip on the way home.
Better beat off on the way there, and I'll stop here and bang my bacon on the way back.
Yeah, I mean...
Which could also just be another term for beating your meat. Banging your bacon.
Bang your bacon.
Do I have another Urban Dictionary entry?
You might.
Bang your bacon.
Bang your bacon.
And then the description is it's just jacking off, guys.
Just masturbate.
Just masturbation.
Did you see Eric today? He was out there banging that bacon on the 50-yard line.
Oh, good old Eric.
Eric's the dumb quarterback. He got hit too many times.
Eric's my cousin's name. He played football. That's makes it funny to me. Makes it better.
Even better. What was he?
He actually played wide receiver and safety, I think.
Oh, did you see that safety Eric out there banging his bacon on the 50-yard line?
I can't remember what he played. He only played till 10th grade because
he leveled that guy and then just banged his bacon on his face.
Banged his bacon, then teabagged him. or as our British friends would say, he teabagged him, innit?
Patrick hates you.
He ain't going to listen to this. He ain't on it.
I know.
And I know he hates me, but that's what I love about him.
I'm not even sure that Patrick likes me.
He's my fourth favorite British person.
He is definitely...
Simon Cowell's my top 3.
he is definitely like in my number 1. Because he's the only actual British guy I know.
He's the only one you've actually met.
No, I've met others, and they're cocksuckers. But I like him because he's so much more.
Oh, dude, he's awesome. He's over the top British, and I
love him. I love him. When I first met him, he was giving an interview to Mo, and he just looks at it and he goes, I don't know what the fuck's going on. That was it. Like, Mo's like, so what's going on here? He's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
But you got to say it with an accent.
I can't say it with an accent.
Do it. Try.
I'll butcher the shit out of it.
That's what I want to hear.
Oi, governor, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Does that work? I went a little Mary Poppins with it.
Perfect. Oi, governor.
Fucking choke.
So you sounded like you're doing a voiceover for the original 101 Dalmatians.
I was trying. I was going for like the 1950s Mary Poppins. I wanted to be Dick Van Dyke.
Oi, governor.
Oi, governor.
Let me put my chimney sweep broom up your bum.
How's that bottle in your bum?
Oh, man.
Butthole.
And your butthole. And your bumhole.
Anyway. All right, on to the next one. I'm kind of just...
We're feeling it's good.
I'm enjoying this.
That ibuprofen's kicking in. I'm getting loopy.
You getting loopy off ibuprofen?
No, that was a joke.
I know.
Oi, governor.
Oi, governor.
I'm getting awful loopy off this ibuprofen. It's a strong one, isn't it?
So dumb. Mom.
Oi, the British office is better than American, isn't it?
All right. So this one, Missiveria.
Never heard of that one.
Right. Because not to be outdone by Twitter and their fake European country, the kids on TikTok made up their own. Missiveria is located in Missouri along the Mississippi River and is the 38th state admitted to the Union, and its main exports are coal and corn.
So it's just Mississippi.
The capital of Missiveria is Gunter City.
Gunter.
Oh, no, this is a state.
Gunter City.
This is a state.
Yeah, I know. They're just describing Mississippi, and they give it a different name.
Basically, yeah. Home of the Gunter City Bison basketball team, and famous Missiverians include former President Calvin Coolidge and Leonardo DiCaprio. Missiveria has its own website, subreddit, and state anthem.
Okay.
Fucking colonials.
But the more Brits come over
at that point, I'm just goddamn colonials.
It's the Brits. They came over, took more land, and just renamed it. Killed everybody there, raped their women, gave them monkeypox with a dirty blanket.
Yeah, so treasonous. Smallpox, too.
All of them. Gave them AIDS.
All the poxes.
Gave them all the STDs.
Poxes.
The Brits went all over the world, stole everybody's culture and art, and spread all the disease.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
Are British people the worst people ever in history?
Potentially.
I would say so.
I mean,
I think throughout history, British people as a whole have killed more than Hitler.
I don't know.
I think so.
I mean,
Now, Hitler's only one guy.
that's probably the case. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
Jewish people, right?
Jewish people,
Just
fucking worst.
their little hats.
Little fucking
They're Ben Shapiro's,
yeah.
which I actually like him just because he humors me.
Yeah. I mean,
Whether I agree or disagree with what he says, he's always funny.
He's funny. I mean,
where does it say girls can't be in the Boy Scouts? In the name Boy Scouts. That's
mean,
one of my
literally-
favorite clips of his effort.
literally, it's in the name. But like, yeah, the Jews are. I mean, me being a quarter Jew,
You can say this,
I can say whatever I want.
except the N-word.
I mean, I could say it.
Well, you could. You could.
I'm not going to. Out of respect for Mo.
Listen.
No one else.
Mo is definitely...
and DJ.
Mo and DJ are both my Nesquiks.
Yeah. Well, that's I've mentioned this before too, but I want to have Mo and DJ both on the show so we have a whole black guy.
I still think we're only about 3/4 of the way there.
No, because Mo's dad's Jamaican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We need your buddy DJ.
He's full black.
Oh, I thought he was only half.
No,
but he was just
he's
light
light skinned, but both his parents are black.
Oh, we don't need no light skinned brothers on here.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that.
So we're sitting there. Saturday, we had our last rehearsal for this Tragedy and Triumph thing.
Yeah.
Whole band production team's there.
Get Martelle Jordan on the show. You're friends with him now.
You know what? You're right. I tagged him in a post. He definitely didn't respond.
I know. I looked at it. I'm like, did that motherfucker respond? He didn't respond.
Hey, by the way, what are you doing next
You should have
Saturday?
asked him how it was being on The Mask Singer.
I didn't even know that until he came. Everyone's like, yeah, he's on Masked Singer. I was like, I remember him from the 90s.
You should have asked him if this is how we're really doing it.
He did mention the song, and he did sing that line.
No. You should have said, is this how we're doing it?
Yeah. He
To
would have
him.
been fine with that. Everybody was making that joke, though.
I don't think everybody was.
A lot of people were.
that
That's why I let
sounds-
it be. I did learn the bass line, though, just in case. It's a really easy bass line. But we're all
Does it
sitting
sound
there.
like bum 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 ba-dum bum?
Yeah, putting on the rants.
Exactly.
So we're all sitting
Nailed
there,
it.
and it's all white people. And my buddy DJ is playing drums. Best drummer I've ever played with, hands down. He's phenomenal. And one of the guys was talking. He's like, who else? We got Amy and
Schumer
and we got Amy Schumer. I would
and
punch
Ben
her.
Shapiro.
I would punch Amy Schumer right in her Adam's apple. I cannot stand that thing.
I'm not even
they're
sure
like-
what she is.
Amy and Mike are both
Like
Southern
not
related.
genetically or whatever.
No, she's an idiot.
She
She literally only has
fucking
vagina
can't stand
jokes.
her.
And
I
they're
can't
not
stand
funny.
her.
No, I can't either.
Nothing she does is funny.
But he was talking about who else is related
Fight
here.
me.
And somebody's like, Kevin was working one night running sound. I'm playing. I was like, Kevin and me are brothers. And and low key DJ, who's the only black guy in the entire room of like 40 people, goes, well, I think it's safe to assume ain't nobody here related to me. I just lost it. So I turned around, I was like, dude, we got Saran Stacy coming, Lamoris Crawford, Montel Jordan. I said, you're going to have a brother here at 3 of the 5 services.
It one of them.
I was like, we are family. It's like, ain't that y'all?
Fuck
No,
you,
we
Randy.
could get DJ here because he's works with his buddy and runs Tasties and have him bring us food to review.
I mean, we could do that. Oh, speaking of reviewing food, and even if you're not in a Columbus area, go to Smokeout Barbecue.
If you have AIDS. So I took my buddy.
Why would you go to Smokeout Barbecue if you have AIDS?
Why would you go if you don't have AIDS?
Well, I'm just saying
I would go
specifically.
either way.
Specifically.
I'm just saying if you have AIDS, you should still go.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
But go check
So-
out Smokeout Barbecue.
The guy that was actually leading worship with us this week is from Texas. Well, he's from Nashville originally.
Texas.
Been living in Texas for years.
Texas.
And I said, I'm taking you to get some real barbecue. And he's like, let's go.
He's like, I live in Texas. I know what real
Yeah.
barbecue is.
So I went up there and he's like, all right, what's good here? Everything? And of
was
course,
like,
you walk in, you smell it.
No. The only thing that's good there is the one rib. Don't order 2 ribs.
They were out of ribs.
See?
And we were
Everybody
there,
was just ordering one rib.
we were there at noon. Buck was like, yeah, a dude came in at 11. He was waiting when they opened, got 5.5 racks.
Keep talking. I got to get rid of something that's driving me nuts.
And then, okay,
Tell your story.
your left testicle.
Nope.
And then, so somebody ordered 5.5. And then, like 15 minutes later, somebody online ordered whatever the rest was, like another 2.5 racks of ribs. So they didn't have any more ribs. He was like, if you want to wait till 4, and it was like 12:30. I was like, no. But I walked up and I was talking to Buck, and I was like, give us 5 wings, dry rub. Give us a hot mess.
Rub them good. Nice and dry.
Don't lubricate that rub. No KY jelly in my wings, in my wangs. And then I was like, give us a brisket hot mess, split it in two. Brisket chili was the special. I said, give us a brisket chili and give us some cornbread. And we sat down, I ate half my hot mess and like 2 wings. And Josh, he's my buddy from Texas, he ate a wing and he's like, can I have another? I said, dude, eat what you want. This is on me. I mean, I'm bringing you as somebody who's been in Texas for years.
This $80 meal is on me.
It's on me. And I said, I want to know your honest opinion. He had another wing and goes, best wings I've had anywhere, hands down. Barbecue joint or not, he's like, this is...
He needs to leave a review for...
And I told him to. And then...
Did he do it yet?
I don't know. I didn't look. I don't care.
What the fuck?
And then he ate his half of the hot mess, and I was like, I'm full. I ate half of hot mess, so a quarter hot mess, 2 wings, I'm good. And he ate a piece of the cornbread, loved it. And I was like, you can try that chili, dude. I'm stuffed. He ate the whole chili.
Jesus.
Oh. He was like so sick when we got back that night to play.
Derek needs to do a jalapeno cornbread along with his regular cornbread.
That would be good.
I love jalapeno cornbread.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
So
jalapenos just have good flavor, man.
They do. All right, so let's finish off these last 4 and then go from there. So what the hell? You dying?
All the cinnamon was in the bottom of my glass, apparently.
You were supposed to swirl it before you finished it. And then pour the old
I didn't.
Forester.
I did. I finished it, but
let's finish the show. We'll rinse out our cups
okay,
and we'll do like another quick show. Frizzland. Frizzland is basically
that sounds like something in Pokemon or something.
It does. It's up by Greenland and Iceland, but
that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because one of the cartographers mistaken either Greenland or Iceland as Frizzland. Which is weird because Greenland...
That sounds like something on the Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle.
She's like, we're going to Frizzland.
We're going to Frizzland. It's in my hair.
It's up your butt. We're going to shrink down the bus and we're all going in your butthole.
We're all going to go...
Hey, kids, this is where poop comes from.
Because I'm fucking ginger and I'm crazy. We're all going to ride along with the lice in my head.
And here's a lizard.
No, but Iceland and Greenland are opposite.
Yeah, Iceland is covered in ice.
Iceland is green. Greenland is covered in ice.
And Iceland is very nice.
And the
I learned that from D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, the Vikings did that to confuse people.
Yeah. Greenland is covered in ice, and Iceland is very nice. Coach Bombay, freaking cohorting with the enemy.
All right, so here's the two, and there is some truth behind you being pissed off. There is some truth. Beat OSU and Go Blue, Ohio. 2 different towns in Ohio. Beat OSU and Go Blue are fictional towns marked in 1978 and 1979 edition of official maps from the State Highway Commission of Michigan.
Yeah, of course.
Most fake cities in the maps are Mount Weasels like Algalo, New York, fictional entities meant to trap anyone who is illegally copying information. But Beat OSU and Go Blue served as different purposes. The fake towns in Ohio were included on official Michigan maps as a joke. Their names, Beat Ohio and Go Blue, spelled out. Instead of being one word, now they're 2. Are references to the football rivalry between OSU and the University of Michigan. Peter Fletcher, chairman of the State Highway Commission at the time, ordered the names included in his state's maps because he was apparently mad with power.
Yeah,
so you and I hate Michigan for different reasons.
Yeah, well, I think we hate it for the same reasons, but I hate it for more reasons than you do.
What are your reasons?
It smells like hot dog water.
What's wrong with that?
Who wants to just smell like hot dog water?
Okay.
If somebody walked in here and smelled like hot dog water, you'd be like, "Oh, give me a hug."
I'd be like, "You've been eating hot dogs."
Yeah. Is your butthole itchy?
I mean, it
smells like you haven't showered in 2 days because you had shoulder surgery. I'm not dropping hints.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely the rivalry between Ohio State and that team up north.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I don't have either one of those.
I don't like Detroit. I've been to Detroit once, and that was 3 times too many.
So we have one in common. I don't like Michigan because I think their roads are fucking horrible.
They are.
Detroit is a shithole.
Absolutely.
And the only thing good that Michigan that they have is that they're on Lake Michigan, and the Upper Peninsula is fucking beautiful.
Go to Wisconsin.
I don't want to go to Wisconsin.
You can still see Lake Michigan. I'd rather go to
Cheese
Wisconsin.
farts.
So?
It's better than hot dog water.
Not better than hot dog water farts.
I mean,
Cheese farts or hot dog water sharts walking around you all day.
you know what? Hot dog water sharts.
Ew.
Do you know how many different types
people
of
are
fucking
filthy.
cheese there are, and like what that does to your constitution?
Do you know how amazing cheese is?
Yeah.
Right now, would you rather have a good cheese or a hot dog? Be honest.
I would rather have a hot dog with good cheese on it.
No, one or the other. A good, like a legit good cheese, not American Kraft single sandwich slices. A real good cheese.
Are we talking?
Or a rando hot dog.
Is the hot dog? Well, if it's a rando hot dog, I ain't taking a rando hot dog because that shit ain't kosher, and I'm Jewish.
Yet also German and French.
Right.
You're the epitome of white. I'm surprised you even talk to Mo at this point.
I love Mo.
You have to.
I am 1% black, and he is my people.
You love Mo because of restitutions? Prostitutions?
Maybe prostitutions, not reparations.
That might be.
I mean, my family wasn't here when all that was going on, so I don't know.
Don't tell me you don't like cheese, though.
I don't owe anybody shit.
Don't tell me you don't like cheese.
I do like cheese. I buy like the sample cheeses that you can get at Kroger, where they chop off like, here's like a $2 piece of cheese of something expensive on the wheel.
Yeah,
I buy that shit all the time.
I don't.
Usually it's rattlesnake cheddar.
I just go in with different costumes.
That's weird.
I mean, it's free.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, I like cheese, but I like hot dogs.
I like hot dogs, but not better than a good cheese.
A good hot dog is.
I'm not saying a good hot. How many hot dogs are good hot dogs? You've had way more bad hot dogs in your life.
Applegate hot dogs are fucking amazing.
Total hot dogs in your life.
I don't buy anything other than Applegate.
I'm not talking about what you buy now. I'm talking your whole life.
Oh fuck! I grew up on Oscar Mayer.
That's my point. You've had way more just crap meat hot dogs.
Probably lips and assholes.
Yeah, then you've had good hot dogs.
This show is called Lips and Assholes.
Okay, that's fine.
Your lips and my assholes.
They both make the same sound.
That's right. And they're itchy.
One more time. My lips are itchy.
All right, that's it. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
When Martelle farts, it goes.
It does a little more than that.
Insta, Google, Tweetstagram.
All right. If you want to make that poison apple, I'm gonna post the recipe into the.
Yeah, it was all right.
The thing you think it's okay. It's not something to write home about.
Who writes home anymore?
Well, some people.
We're not in the Civil War.
No, but if you're at boot camp, you can't
nothing
write
to tweet
electronic.
home about.
You can't write an electronic letter.
If you want to try the Bofa apple drink,
Both these nuts in your mouth. Anyway, we're out.
okay, bye. That was good.